Hi, welcome to Chinese Community Centre, where today we'll be doing a preview of the groups of the Chinese Community Challenge Cup 2014, sponsored by Leica Mobile. Today, I'm joined by Danny Wong and also Andy Lowe, straight from Hong Kong. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Alan. Yeah, it's a great honour to be invited to do this tour again, so thank you very much.
Okay, let's get straight into it. So, Group A then. Andy, what do you think?
Well, it's quite a mixed group for me. It's quite a mixed group for me. I'm not sure. I know many of these teams. I see CFC. This is their strongest team. They have a certain Albert, the Northern monster, who's always tearing up around the pitch and screaming his head off. So they're a very strong contender in this group. There's also the Hippodrome, who I assume are the people that work in the Hippodrome Casino. So all those late nights gambling and womanizing probably aren't going to do them very much good in this tournament, but we'll see. And then there's the Polska Polo. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Polo Wojaks.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Right. Yeah. So they're Polish, so they must be off. And then there's the Cam Keating, but named after a certain Chinese food brand. So let's hope they live up to that brand reputation.
Okay. So Group B, Danny, what do you think?
Yeah, Group B is interesting too because I think they've got two really strong teams in Kamki and CAF A. I know Kamki quite well from the Summer League, and their manager Nock is very organised. He'll have the team playing to the best of their abilities. CAF A have shown in previous years that they're really strong as well. I've been impressed with them over the previous seasons.
A very young team too.
Yes, they have a very quick, skillful players from what I remember. MCL and Jun's team, I'm not too sure about the level of these teams, but we'll see on the day.
We've got a lot of new teams this year, so a lot of new things, a lot of mysteries out there, I'd say.
Yes.
Okay, so Group C then, Andy, what do you think?
So this group contains the former team that I used to play for and manage, Pacific Storm. They're still a strong team, but I feel this year that they're perhaps not as strong as they were before, but I hope they do well. We also have CCFC Hua. It contained the maestro that is K Wong, the most skillful player of CCC, but I think the key man in that team is actually Gorn Chopper Chong, who strikes fear in many men's hearts. And then we have Hornets, who are very good and very technical all over the pitch. And one spot that's still to go. I think with those three teams in that group, this is a very strong group. So it's going to be a very exciting group to watch.
Okay, Group D then, Danny.
Group D is my team, Berkshire, as well as CCC, so I play for Berkshire. I know them very well. Very strong team, and Johnny, the captain, will be a strong leader. Good chance for them to go through, I believe. CAF B, again, part of the CAF squad. Many strong players. I think they'll still do well. Not all that. I'm not too sure who they are, but it sounds a bit like my old team, Not So Easy. So I'm not sure if they got that name from somewhere. Tunga, you know?
Yes, Tunga. I know their captain, Carlos. Played with him in Hong Kong, and he's probably one of the most skillful players I played with. A bit like Ronaldo, but faster, more skillful, and probably better looking. So Group E, Andy.
Yeah. Well, the real standout team for this group has got to be Dragons FT. They've had a few changes, but I know they've got two very strong players in their team. Jafar, the tall QPI, very skillful on the ball. And we also have Tay, who was a former QPR trainee, very skillful, extremely skillful in fact. And then we have CCC FC, who are arguably probably the weakest out of the three CCC teams. But they have some very tenacious players all over the pitch, and they have a very strong keeper in Stan Lau. There's also Dragon Sounds, who I know are mostly comprised of indie kids, so it'd be very interesting to watch. And then there's Ballsy Banter FC. I don't know much about these guys, but with a name like that, they're sure to do well.
Okay, and finally Group F, Danny.
Group F, Not So Oriental. Again, I'm not too familiar with them, but my Berkshire manager, Danny Wong, he recommends them.
Yes, I've heard really lots of good things about them.
Be interesting to see their players and how they perform on the day. CAF C, mentioned again, as with the other CAFs, I think they've got a strong squad, many players, so I'm sure there'll be a good performance from them as well from that group.
Okay, so I think the last thing I want to ask everyone here, Andy, who do you think will win it?
Well, my heart says Pacific Storm, but my head says Dragons FT. I just feel that my former team, Pacific Storm, aren't quite as strong this year. Dragons FT have a lot of talent in their team, so Dragons FT for me.
And Danny, what do you think?
For me, I would have said Berkshire, but I'm not sure who's playing in goal for them this year. So I'm going to go with my heart and my mind, which is CCCFC, because I know that they're going to have a really good goalkeeper. Sanyo, I think, this year.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm tipping them, but you need a good goalie to go far in this tournament.
Okay, well, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Danny. And I guess we'll see you next week. Thank you.